But no, so this is the show where we talk about everything that is on our nerdy little hearts, and sometimes we have news, and that includes the first news story that I'm actually really, really excited for, and that is that Marvel's The Inhumans is in the works with ABC and will premiere in IMAX theaters. So that's the interesting part for me, is it'll be in IMAX. So this does make sense because the movie had kept getting pushed back further and further in the whole hullabaloo of what DC or what not DC, what Marvel has for their lineups as they realize, oh, Ant-Man's popular. Oh, Captain America is popular. We need to add more of these movies. And so they're like, oh, we got the rights to Spider-Man. So it's just like, oh, push him back. Where's Inhumans? Coming next year, actually. So in a way, it's sort of a bump up. In a lot of ways, because it was originally slated, I think, for 2019, and so. Now it'll be a 2017 fall thing on ABC. How familiar are you with the Inhumans?
That was one of the last comics I added to my repertoire, and a friend of mine, a mentor, gave me some of the greatest comics, and one of them was of the family, Black Bolt using his power the first time, and it was a massive issue, painted very well, and I don't remember who drew it and who penned it, but it was great. But it felt so outside of the usual Marvel realm that I was current with, so that I didn't connect with it more than that, knowing them as a one-off, and that was all for me. But thinking about bringing that to screen is daunting. It must be daunting for the person doing it because it has scope.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, because what a lot of people are going to say is, well, this is because they don't have the rights for the X-Men. And yeah, possibly. But at the same time, there's interesting stories. There's more interesting stories for me with the Inhumans than there are with the X-Men. The X-Men have always been about, they've always had this thing of like racial equality, basically equality, forget what we're wanting equal. It's just we're all equal. The Inhumans, you hit, especially with now, with what they got with the New Humans, that's stuff that's hit on in there too, because you get the people who aren't exactly, this dealing with stuff the same way. I mean, not everyone is like Kamala Khan, and they get super stretchy powers and all that. It's a lot of them are people that go in and poof, come out and they look fucking horrible. Like a face not even a mother could love, sort of deal. But this is actually gonna be interesting because this is making sense into something I predicted 3-4 years ago when they they revealed that Skye was Daisy Johnson, who is an Inhuman. And I'm like, all right, so they're gonna tie it in by bringing in a member of the royal family. My bets would have been on Karnak.
Let me stop you right there for a second, because you said royal family. The people that are only familiar to the Inhumans through Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. maybe thrown off by that comment. So try the condensed version, saying what is the family about? What is the hope?
So the royal family. This is when you read the comics, these are the rulers of Attilan. This is Black Bolt or Blackagar Boltagon, Medusa, who they are the king and queen of the Inhumans. Then you have Medusa's sister, Crystal. You have Karnak, who is in all intents and purposes, he is the priest of wisdom. You see Karnak are like, okay, so going with the picture that you got up here, Black Bolt is in the middle. He does not speak because whenever he does, his words, like he could whisper no and a town be destroyed. On his going to that way is Medusa, she has the ability to control her hair, like she has prehensile hair. Then to her left is her sister Crystal, who has elemental powers. Basically, she's like all the Avatar: The Last Airbenders combined into one. Then on Black Bolt's other side is Karnak. He is the priest of knowledge for the Inhumans. He did not go through Terrigenesis, but can see, but can immediately know anyone or anything's weakness. Then to his right is, I believe that it is not Trigon. I'm blanking on his name now. But he's a guard. He's like a high level guard. And then Triton is the one over in the corner. He's Aquaman but fishier. Like he basically got turned into a fish. With that. And I'm blanking on the other dude's name. That's gonna drive me nuts. But we've seen the Inhumans. Gorgon, that's it. That's what it was. We've seen the Inhumans in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You just went past the picture of Reyna in there. And then honestly, this is good. They have the potential to have great stories in here because you have, I already know who the main villain's going to be. It's going to be Maximus the Mad. It's going to be Black Bolt's brother in here, and that's going to be the secret, well, not so secret person, who's running the things behind the evil side of things.
Is it a low-key rehash or other way around? Was that first?
It's I could see people seeing it as a low-key rehash. The difference being that Maximus the Mad has also has telekinesis, telepathy. Sorry, telepathy. He can read and control people's minds. But I mean, it might be a little bit like Loki, but Loki does it more just for fun, where yeah, I mean, a lot of times you can just be because he's
Facebook. It's complicated.
Yeah, and not in the John Oliver sense of just give it 3 weeks and then I'm single. But with Maximus, a lot of it is just revenge. I mean, that's the big way to put it. It's revenge. But the Inhumans were created back in 1965 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Much like 90% of everything else at Marvel. And this, I honestly look forward to seeing this. I don't know how. Are you looking forward to seeing this?
Yes and no. That's the thing. That's because it's the royal family. It will be. You can't help but compare it to Thor, and I hope it goes that way because the first movie, I enjoyed thoroughly because it had that scope and everything that wasn't present before. But that is now for IMAX. The first 2 episodes will be shot on IMAX, and the first episodes will be screened in their theaters, and then come to the ABC fall lineup. So how much of it can they keep up? Because a thing like Thor takes away a lot of resources for the effects and everything else, and they have to really put money into it, believe in the product, so that it can go anywhere. So I want to see the characters because they're impressive just in the issue that I've read, and my hesitation is just that they overdo it. But why not? Agents of Shield went nowhere with it. I felt betrayed a little bit by that, and so now it's there again. Please follow through and don't mess up again, so that we don't care anymore.
Yeah, what I honestly think could happen with this is this very well could be Marvel realizing the CW annual crossover events, like the one coming up in like 2 weeks, has been doing good for them, for the CW. And so they are going, how can we do this when it's like right now we do have 5 TV shows, but 4 of them are on Netflix and all that, and we're already sort of doing a crossover thing with those shows with the Defenders. How are we going to bring Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. crossover with anything else when we don't have anything else? We didn't go forward with Marvel's Most Wanted or anything like that. The easy solution is the Inhumans. You've been working at, and plugging the fact that the Inhumans are everywhere, so much so that the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. is an Inhuman.
Introduce the Krell.
Yeah, and the Krell. Aren't the Krells still with Fox though?
They were a topic on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
They used them for.
Wait. You mean the Kree?
Krell. Yeah, that's the thing. I get sometimes confused. Sorry.
No, because you had me confused because it was like that was basically a Kree Skrull hybrid. Because I'm like, wait, because you said Krill and I'm like, Skrull? No, that's where at Fox. But no, I mean, I could see this working in as a tie-in that way with the shows, to where then, the season finale or season premiere, however they want to do it, for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you have you bring in the royal family, and then you have all right, hey, they're gonna come back, they're gonna have their own show. That's me thinking that's probably not what's gonna happen, but I could see that happening, with next year in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like they set up to some big event, it's happening over on there. We don't know who's behind it. Surprise, it's Maximus the Mad, and we need help. Here comes Medusa and Medusa Black Bolt and all them, and bing bang boom, we got a crossover.
Aren't they located in their own corner of the galaxy, or are they also present on Earth?
They're present on Earth. They're mainly Earth based. They've basically gone as far as we have in space travel in real life. So the Inhumans, for people who don't know, the Inhumans in the comic books and actually in the TV shows, they're split off of humanity, where they were experimented on by the Kree Empire, and then basically that led to them getting powers whenever they are exposed to the Terrigen mist, or eat fish tainted with Terrigen.
We have seen with Lazy and Quake. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what you get with that is they will get powers. It's similar to how the mutants, when you watch the X-Men TV show or X-Men movies, where the mutants, it's usually at puberty. With the Inhumans, it's enter the door, come on in, take the red pill or the blue pill, sort of deal. I've crossed a lot of metaphors with that situation. But no, I'm super intrigued with the fact that this is going to be an IMAX. I mean, I think this is a first for a TV show to premiere in IMAX, and at least 2 episodes. I know Doctor Who's They've done episodes that they've aired them in IMAX,
And they're
but it's
co-financing it. They're not showing it. They're co-financing it. So that's a
yeah,
interesting part as well.
no, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not just oh yeah, come bring it in our theaters. It's they're doing it, which is gonna need to happen because of the fact that the budget for Medusa's hair to get done right is gonna be pretty big. I mean, that's the one thing I'm a little worried about is them copying out, and she always wears short hair. Really?
You prefer yellow spandex?
With well, but I mean, I see where you're coming at with that, but at the same time, it is one of those things of Medusa. She always has her hair long. I don't mean long like oh it goes down to the middle of my back. I mean long like princess wedding gown train long. Like carry like five people need to carry her hair long. But so it seems like it'd be a little bit of a cop out if oh she always just keeps it at shoulder height, so it just looks ever so right. Just like okay, sure, cheap bastards. All right, so the next news story is that hey, surprise, Marvel and Fox swapped characters. Um, this is
Consensually.
yeah, conceptually. Well, traded a concept for
No.
a.
It was okay. It wasn't rape. It was okay.
No, yeah, it was. They swapped characters. It was a mutual thing. They're both Fox and Marvel swapped characters
Because you know how Fox likes to rape Marvel property. So you could be misunderstanding there, but just saying that it was consensually.
Yeah, but I mean, even then with this, it's a little weird because it was so what it is apparently Fox has the rights to Ego the Living Planet. They gave Marvel those rights for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, aka Peter Quill's father. But in doing so, the character of Negasonic Teenage Warhead was her power set was changed because in the comics she's a psychic, and still super goth and all that, but here, she's and it's weird because her powers are of another mutant's. It's not like oh she's got Miss Marvel's powers or or even Carol Danvers' powers. Like she's got the binary version powers. It's of Sunspot in a lot of ways, who is another mutant. So it wouldn't have seemed like they needed to get the rights, but I don't know. I feel like that's more of a lawyer question than a fan nerd question.
Not a lawyer, but I think they have the license to use the characters as they are, and then they want to change up something as they mentioned in the article, and we have all the links in the show notes for the people that don't see the pictures. But there it is that they need their permission, and so they came into talks. All is well so far.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, I don't see Fox using Ego the Living Planet for anything. I mean, it's because right now Fox, the movies that they're going to be doing the best on are X-Men, and it would not be a surprise to see oh we gave up the rights to the Fantastic Four or anything like that. It's just I mean I don't know.
Did they make money with Deadpool more than with X-Men? So there's
well yeah, but Deadpool's a mutant. Deadpool's in the X-Men family.
Yes.
So
saying they have that and they should go more along with that. And she was psychic only in the comics as I read it, and she got more explosive powers. That was the deal they have made because she was already a character existing in the comics. You'd say, huh, okay. Maybe one of them you thought they were throwaways and still were worth something when you merge them with other powers.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. I don't know. This is all interesting, and I love this from the article. Um, Marvel took their first baby steps thanks to Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, if we can just get Wolverine in Infinity War, it's not gonna happen. But yeah, happy thinking. And our final news story of the day is that, and I believe this is still heavy rumors with a lot of this, but the Harley Quinn spin-off movie at DC is now going to be a Harley Quinn / Birds of Prey movie. And they have a screenwriter attached to it by the name of Christina Hodson. Now the first part there of it being a Birds of Prey movie as well makes sense. Because I mean, you then bring in Batgirl. Excuse me. You bring in Batgirl. You bring in Black Canary, and then you bring in Huntress. And I mean, there you go. You're pretty well set. You set there for a movie, a movie where girls kick ass and all that. And whether it is Batgirl or Oracle, I mean, who knows what it's gonna be.
It wasn't no mention how they're gonna use her. She wasn't part of the Bird of Prey roster, as I recall. There were other people, not Harley Quinn.
No,
so she
but
would be the baddie in that case.
She could be, but she could also. It's weird because from reading Wikipedia, because I don't remember ever seeing the show, the Birds of Prey TV show, Harley Quinn was in there, for like
that's Kevin Smith for you.
Yeah. Then but if you go by the comics now, she's more anti-hero than bad guy. Because it's mainly she got over the Joker. And she's like, you're crazy, I'm gone, bye. Sort of deal. So we could get that Harley Quinn in a lot of ways. But I don't know. I mean, it is an interesting thing to think about, that, you know, like, is this going to be used as a jumping on point, or, you know, introducing a lot of the world to strong female characters, or is this possibly just a movie told through the perspective of Harley Quinn, where the villains of the movie are the Birds of Prey? And I'm using air quotes around villains, like, you know, I mean, we never see the movies. It's always Batman movie. It's never Joker, you know, told through the eyes of the Joker, sort of deal.
Okay. I wouldn't mind something like that going on, but it has to take more shape and form that we can see if it is prone for failure or not, because DC is swinged out a lot and needs a hit.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, definitely. And that is it for the news.